Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, animals of all species, welcome, I think, to the Bob Doyle Voiceover Blab, right here at blab.im/Bob Doyle Secrets. And I'm Bob Doyle, and it's nice to see you. Okay, so, this is this live and in color. That's right. Thank you very much, Roseanne, for acknowledging that I am, in fact, here and that I can be seen, unlike before. 2 days in a row, Blab has messed with me. They come in here and they're messing with me. They're trying to shake me up. I don't know why they're testing me, but they are clearly doing so. Welcome to the Voiceover Blab for those of you who are live, which means Roseanne at this time. And then those of you who will be joining as a result of my sharing with my followers, which I'm going to do right now. So to do that, of course, I'm going to do the little tweet thing, and it's recording a GIF file. So I'm going to look like I'm really doing something very important to catch the attention of those people watching the recorded GIF. And so now I'm going to share it. And I would love it if you guys would share it too. Any of you who are watching on the replay or who are watching live. And I see that in addition to Roseanne, we have Scott with us. And who else? The Audacity Coach, Coach Jenny. All right. Well, welcome, you guys. I appreciate you being here. And had a little shaky start. But you know what? We will persevere. It's not like some sponsors paying me to get it right every time and the technology has to be flawless every time. No, it's not like that at all. This is very... cash. All right, so here's what this is about for those of you who don't know. This is a voiceover blab, which means you're going to be watching me do voiceover, but that's not why you're here, is it? Who cares about watching somebody do voiceover? The reason you're here, hopefully, is to learn how you can learn to do voiceover in your spare time with items you have around the house. No, okay, that was a silly addition. But with very low cost in terms of equipment and things like that, and with no agents and no auditions and none of that stuff. So how do we accomplish that, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the answer is simple. It is Fiverr.com. Now, before you run screaming going Fiverr, number one, if you know what Fiverr is, awesome. So I see that somebody's joined, but it didn't show up over here. Who joined us here? It is, of course, Craig. Craig has joined us. He's creating wealth and health, by the way, if you're wondering what Craig is up to these days. So Fiverr is, of course, if you don't know, it's a website where people offer basically digital services, could be graphics and whatever, writing of any kind, and voiceover, videos, just the whole gamut of digital offerings, starting at $5. And so a few years ago, I said, well, just because I was in the voiceover industry a long time ago and I wanted to get back into it. And I thought, well, I'll try this Fiverr thing, but how much money am I going to really make if I'm doing $5 jobs? Well, once I got there, I realized that it's not just about $5 jobs. It's about taking those $5 jobs. Your voice, I'm going to ask, hold on just a second. I'm glad you asked that question. It's about taking those $5 jobs and turning them into $15, $20, $50 jobs, and then, and then much more. The largest job I've gotten in one single payment is $1,000. So that's a lot more than $5. Okay. But generally speaking, these jobs run $35, $45, $55 and take just a few minutes to turn around and deliver when you've got your system set up. And I'm going to show you how to do all that. I won't show you here because there's not enough time for all of that. Yes, I have a voice for radio, Roseanne. That is correct. My dad was in broadcasting. And so there's a very specific type of voiceover that people come to me for, like announcer type voiceovers or, explainer videos, phone company messages, things like that. These are the types of jobs I get, but there are so many more. Welcome 96th West End. There are so many more voices out there that people need. Character voices of all kinds, accents, dialects, sounding natural, sounding conversational. Like, for example, when people need a voice that sounds conversational, they have a very specific idea of what that means. And I hardly ever am able to deliver that because my voice sounds like this. It sounds like I'm on all the time. And that's just because of years of training and just genetics and the whole thing. That's just how my voice is. So I'm not suited for that job. But everyday normal voices are also necessary. And they can be found, and people are offering all sorts of things on Fiverr. So I have a course coming up, and this right here will probably be one of the last few voiceover live Blab things I do. Maybe not, but I mean, it'll be one of the last few because we got to get started with the actual course, which at bobdoylevoice.com is where you can learn about that. And what I do at that course, as some of you may already know, is teach you all about getting set up with Fiverr so you can hit the ground running and offer voiceover coaching for people like Roseanne who aren't 100% sure of their voice but would like to find their voice that they can use in a commercial way. So my goal with the course is to get you up and running and creating revenue on Fiverr very quickly. It starts slow. Mine started slow, but then it has built up over the course of time as I've gotten regular customers and of course also learned how to charge the most that I can for the voiceover work that I do while they're still getting yes, I will explain that. While they're still getting an awesome deal. So again, Fiverr is, and it's FIV. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me type in my Fiverr page. There you go. Yeah. So it's digital outsourcing of, for things like I said, logos, graphics, writing, proofreading, SEO, anything digital. Okay. In my case, voiceover work is delivered digitally. People do voiceover video testimonials, just a whole wide range of things. If you go to fiverr.com, you'll see that just about anything under the sun can be offered. And if you're not at all interested in voiceover, but there's other things that you do that are creative, you still might go check out Fiverr and see if there's a way for you to monetize what you're doing anyway. And that's what happened with me for Fiverr. It started out as an experiment on some part-time work, and then has turned into a full-time income. Still doing it part-time because obviously I have another profession out there in the personal development world. But yes, reviews are important. So you want to make your customers super, super happy. You want to deliver as quickly as possible. You want to stay in communication. All of these tips for creating a happy customer are discussed in the course as well, because these are all things that I've learned over the course of time. When to let a customer go, when a job just isn't worth it, because that does happen sometimes where you have the luxury of turning down work. One of the great things about Fiverr is there's no pay to play. There are other voiceover services out there, kind of online agencies that you actually have to pay to go, to be able to submit an audition. Now, the concept behind that is that you're in theory getting more money for each job, not all the time, but sometimes. But the thing is, you're auditioning. I was on one of these services for a year while I was doing Fiverr and making money on Fiverr. I said, well, I just thought, well, obviously, if I can do this on Fiverr, I could probably do this over here and I'll get even more money, blah, blah, blah. And I'd send in these auditions and I never got one job in a year. So it was like $400 to join for the year. I got zero work out of it. Meanwhile, every day I had 10, 15, 20 jobs on Fiverr. So you see, it adds up. And so I'm a huge proponent of Fiverr and working Fiverr and learning how to do it. If you're stuck on this $5 thing, I promise you got to get off of that, because if I do get a $5 job, and there may be some here today that you watch me do, normally those things I'm turned around in 90 seconds. I get them, I record them, I edit them, and deliver them in less than 2 minutes. So $5 for 2 minutes or whatever. But then most of the time, it's just a few minutes for a $35 job. Anyway, the point is the hourly rate really, really, really adds up. I mentioned the one job I got that was a $1,000 job. It took me 22 minutes. That's a pretty good hourly rate. So let's stop bashing Fiverr. Oh, wait, no one was. Sorry. Apologize. And meanwhile, Leanne has joined us and VA Barnes has joined us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And let's see, Lynette has just joined us. Thank you for coming in again. And some people who, Andavitst, I don't know how to welcome you, but anyway, it's great for you to be here. So why don't we just get into it, huh? Instead of me just jibber jabbering, let's get into how this really works. So it all starts over here on Fiverr. This is my dashboard. So every morning I come in and I go here and I say, well, what's on my plate today? And so if this is red or has a little red dot, it means I have a message. And the messages are generally, hey, I'd like you to do this voiceover. It's a script this long. What's your rate? Okay, so I go through those first. I've already done that this morning and answered those. And then these right here are the jobs that I have on my plate today. Whoops, sorry. I'm using the wrong, where is that screen anyway? Hold on. Here we go. On my plate today. So, and then here are a couple of reviews of work that I've already turned in. So this one here is a 24-hour job, which normally I would do first because you see it's 24 hours. Now I've already actually started it because it's a longer job. I was just going to actually finish it up here with you so I can deliver it, and then we'll move on. So the way I work these blabs is I do a few voiceover jobs. I talk you through my process, and then I end it. Because I mean, all of this work right here, I don't know. I haven't looked to see how long some of these things are. Some of them are fairly long, and I don't want you to sit there and have to watch me do everything. I just want you to get the basic concept of how easy it is. So let me, and I'm going to try to keep up with your. Yes, I have work every day, absolutely every day, and generally, I like an intro for my podcast. Great, that's one of the things I do a lot of is podcast intros, a lot. So, yeah, and I can mix with music and the whole thing. So that's one thing I do, and that's there are so many sources of VO work. It's ridiculous. Things you're not even thinking of. When you go to bobdoylevoice.com, I list a few ways that voiceover is used and all of that, just in case. Hi, Regina. Nice to have you here. She's helping women create the next big adventure in their lives, which is awesome. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see. What are you even seeing right now? Okay, so I lost track. So here's the Fiverr order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go here. So when I click through here, this is a $100 job, and then you show requirements, and here's the script. Now the script, you won't see the script because I've got this set up just to share the window. But I've got, if I switch over here, you'll see this is kind of the work in progress right here. This is where I am on the script. Got a few, just a little bit more to do. I just thought I'd do it here with you. So I'm just going to tag it on to the end of this, and I'll explain what all of this stuff is later. In fact, the software I'm using, because people always ask, is Adobe Audition. But you can use free software called Audacity, or you can even use GarageBand or whatever it is that you're comfortable with for recording and editing audio. So here's what I'm going to do. First of all, because I was reading this a few minutes ago before I started this blab, I'm going to listen back to where I was energetically with this read, and then I'm going to finish it up. Now you see these spikes here, these lines. Those are where I clap, and I clap when I make a mistake so that when I look back at this waveform and do my editing, I know exactly where the mistakes are. Genius, right? Okay, so let me just start this recording. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. I'm going to see where I'm at here. Every vehicle, every time. Can you hear all that? Seen in the video. Every vehicle, every time. Okay, that's where I am in the script. Here we go. I'm going to clap to notate that I'm starting again. Every vehicle, every time. As you have seen in the video, the system's consistency and quality allows you to present your vehicles in an online studio with the only focus being the vehicle. These solitary images help to turn your shoppers into buyers. Your vehicle images are sent for online posting immediately after the images are captured. As we bring this video presentation of automated imaging to an end, let's look at one possible example of automated imaging that does not involve retailing the vehicle. This new combination of technology allows you to image a vehicle in a few minutes in any weather at any time of day, sending these images directly for wholesale buyers to view within minutes of the images being captured. You now have a tool that may allow for higher profits from your trades that you will not be retailing. Automated imaging allows you to get vehicles to wholesale online bid sites the day you take the trade. When you are in control of vehicle imaging and online availability, you are in better control of your profit. The system includes 8 cameras, the computer system, a wireless scanner, and all the software to capture, store, and post your vehicle images, all covered by a 3-year warranty. Thank you again for taking this time to see this brief presentation of our automated imaging system. Please refer to the email used to send you this video link and give us a call to discuss how this system can be tailored to your operations and enhance your vehicle sales and profits. Okay, and that's the end of that script. Thank you very much for the nice compliment about my voice. So here's where we start the editing. So I just kind of go through the script and I go through the file and whoops, I'm being a spaz because I'm being watched by you and find where I messed up. Allows you to take, so I just cut out the part I didn't need and move on to the next one. Now this one is a little tedious for you to watch, of course, because it's a longer script and there's more errors. The system, you can see the system. If you look closely, you can see the shape of these waveforms here. So for example, this shape right here is very much like this shape right here, which would indicate to me, and this shape right here, which would indicate to me that these are two mistakes, and all of this I can get rid of because this is the one after the clap that I kept. Everybody following? Hi, Tracy Lee and Mike. Mike, you said you were jumping on board. I haven't seen your order come through. We do have a handful of people who have come in to the program, and I'm very excited. They are very excited. They're already in the Facebook group talking amongst themselves, getting scripts ready for the beginning of our course. And here we go. All right, so I'm going to just continue this. You are seeing a close-up of the system. All right, see, I'm assuming, I think you can hear the audio that I'm editing out, right? So the reason I left spaces between a lot of these things is because these are slides, actually. Hey, thanks for the props. Nobody's been propping me. Thank you. Let me see who you are. You are V.A. Barnes. Thank you. And now they come in. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I never think to ask for props. Hearts on Periscope. Seeing a close. I do, but and this. Let's see. You are seeing. All right. I know this. The computer saves and transfers the images and the system cameras capture the vehicle images and sent them to the computer. All right, so you see, and sent them. It's surgery, ladies and gentlemen. You're eating lunch. Sorry, I got busy with Super Bowl promos. No problem. I understand. Images can be placed on a background, puts all online shopper attention on the vehicle. So again, normally with a shorter script, this takes no time, and then I'll show you what I do. But I appreciate you being patient with me while I do this. Working all around existing fixtures and equipment. See how fun. Cut. Now, when I do a script that's like an hour or something, oh, you playing with Snapchat, you guys? I just started doing that too. I just started doing Snap. Can you see? Answer this question for me. Can you see all of the image of me, or does it look like it's cut off to the side? Because I've realized that what I see in Blab, it's actually a little bit wide. 3/4. You see 3/4 of me, huh? So if I go, is that better? Because now I think you can see me completely cut off to the side. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, all right. I am wasting time here, valuable editing time, because I want to get back to the meat and become buyers. But again, this whole knowing where to land your cursor and recognize the shape or someone else's dick. Let's see, or someone else's, or where to make the cut. That just comes with time and practice and years of experience. Every vehicle, not that it's going to take years to notate that I'm. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Every vehicle. This is where you joined us. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you. Again, you're being so patient. I so appreciate it. Now, one of the things I've noticed, and I've said this before, let me just make sure. Please refer to the email used. Send you this video link and give us a call. As you can see, when I started recording with you, which I'm going to guess is right out here, every vehicle. Yeah. For some reason, when I'm broadcasting, the volume is just a little bit lower, and I haven't figured that out. Mike, help me out. What am I doing wrong? There's some sort of feedback or something. I don't know what's happening, but I've tried to fix it. It doesn't seem to mess with the quality of the final thing. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm selecting the entire thing, and I'm running a process called normalizing, which you can't even see because I was so nailed the volume of this thing, but it brings it kind of to an industry standard. Yes, I'm using Adobe Audition. Thank you for sharing this broadcast. I appreciate that. And now you can't see the window pop up, but I'm running a noise filter on this that would take out any sort of extraneous background noise. I see that. Leland. Hi, Leland. Welcome. My Fiverr link is up there. I'm going to put it up again if somebody didn't already, which they may have already. So I apologize if this is boundless. And I'm also going to put up, which you can see, voice.com. Okay, that's the link to the course. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm ready to save this out. They just need an MP3 file, so I will save it as such. And then I will go over to Fiverr and deliver it. Well, let me let you see how that works. Sorry. All right, and let me cancel out of this so you can see. So I go back to the job here, and I click on Deliver Your Order, and then I click on Upload Work, and I have to navigate to the directory where it is, which, of course, is my Fiverr VO directory, which you can't see, apparently. And 3i Auto Shot, that's the name of this file. And then I use this little thing called Quick Response, and I click that, and then these 2 paragraphs fill in that says, hey, if you're happy, please rate this and close. And it's uploading right now, as you can see. A little slower than it should be. I don't know why, but that's okay. And deliver work. And then once I do that, my friends, I am $100 richer, basically, because that was a $100 job. Now, the way it works is once they accept that job and it's cleared and they rate it or whatever, once it's closed, there's like a what's the word I'm looking for? It takes like 7 to 14 days for that money to become available to you for basically transferring to whatever money source you want. So for example, turnaround. Sure, we'll go with turnaround. There's another word I'm looking for. So on this main page, which is the dashboard, which I was sharing with you before, just to give you some idea of the numbers, this number right here is, are you seeing it? No, you're not. Here we go. Let's try again. This number here is how many sales I have in the queue. This is how much I was talking about when people close the sales and approve it. That's basically closed. Grace period, that's not it either, but we all know what I'm talking about, right? So this is how $2,482 is the amount I've made from the beginning of the month. So that's 8 days doing voiceover on Fiverr. Is anyone hearing this? Okay. See, this is the thing. I'm so passionate about people doing this. Even if you just feel like, I don't have if you have the desire to do it, it costs you nothing to try it. Yeah, I know. I know you hear me, Mike. Okay. If you have the desire to try it, it doesn't cost you anything to get signed up with Fiverr. So you give it a try. So you invest in the course and we get you going. Okay. Now let's see. Now this one here is a $15 job. So let's do it together, shall we? We're back for just 2 lines. I read a script for them recently and we just need to change 2 lines. So I'm going to look at those lines right now. And now here's the thing. They gave me these lines and they didn't give me any context. Like, I don't know what, why does the screen look like that? Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to fix this because now I guess I had the same problem with my picture in this screen too, right? So you're not seeing. Now, there's me, and some of the screen is cut off. I'm just going to fix this, okay? Because I wasn't thinking. So you can see the whole screen. Dun, dun, dun. And now this. Now, that's a little better, although I'm still off to the side. How about this technology? Is this amazing or what? Thank you for the props. All right, shall we do the job? We shall. I'm just going to call this. Let me go back over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to call this 2 lines. So they know what it is, and I don't know what the product is or anything like that. So let's just record these real quick. Now, because I don't have any context, I don't know what this is, I'm just looking at the script and going, I probably read it like I'm about to. Here we go. You pay just $99 for 1 year or $149 for 2 years for the unlimited plan. Wait a minute. For the unlimited plan, you pay just $99 for 1 year or $99, and then he didn't give a price for the unlimited plan. So they screwed up. There's just no way. There's no way that's what they want in the script. So when that happens, I write them. And here's how I do something like that. I'm going to go back over here to Fiverr, and I'm going to say, the lines you gave me seem incomplete. You have a price for, what did I say? Let me just paste that. You have a price for 1 year and 2 years, but apparently not for the unlimited plan. Now, reason I'm sharing this amount of tedium with you is because this is customer service, my friends. See, they only ordered this a little while ago, and already I'm back with them saying, hey, there's a problem. It shows that I want to do the best job I possibly can for them. And there's like, if I just read that and delivered it, I could get away with that. I could, because I say very clearly your script has to be proofread, and I'm going to read it exactly how it is. And if there's a script change, you have to pay for it, right? So in this case, now, if this was like a one-day job or something like that, and they don't respond quickly enough to my, hey, there's a problem, then I just deliver it because I don't have any other choice, because I'm not going to be late on a delivery. You don't want to be late on a delivery. I try to get everything done in the same day I get it, even if they don't pay for the one-day service. If it's at all possible for me to do it, I want to clear my plate because I do get a lot of work every day, and I don't want it to become so overwhelming. I had a day a couple of weeks ago where I had to stop my gig. I had to go into vacation mode because I was so overwhelmed with work. It took me all day. So that can happen. Nice problem to have, huh? Okay. So I'm going to, for now, I'm going to go on to the next one. And this will be the last one I do, I think, right now, because as you can see, I've got a few here to do, and I don't want you to have to sit through the tedium because I think you're getting the message. Here's another quick $5 job. All right. And doesn't tell me. Let's see. Movie. Oh, that's right. That's right. He wants me to do a romantic voice. So here we go. This is. Oh, you're not seeing it. Sorry. You actually can see the script if I do it here. This is the short little script, and now I'm going to go over here and record it. All this dumbbells, and you'll see why. He said romantic, intimate voice. So that's what he's going to get. In a world of dumbbells and treadmills, a man meets the woman of his dreams and has never looked back. Please join us and our incredible family this May when two personal trainers become one. Sounds like to me a couple of personal trainers are getting married. All right. So we'll see. That's the kind of thing. If it's for like a video like this with a very, very specific emotional thing that they're doing, I may hear back from him and say, you know, I'm looking for something more like this or whatever. I'm looking for something different. At that point, I say, point me to a specific example online somewhere, a YouTube video, or send me a recording, something of exactly what you're looking for. Because when we get into a situation like this where it's subjective, we could go back and forth all day on a $5 job. Not worth it. If you're doing a $5 job, you should get this done in one revision. I've had the nightmare people who have worked me like crazy for a $5 job. It rarely happens. And most of the time, if it's a nightmare, I just say, I'm clearly not the voice for you. I cancel the order. It doesn't affect your rating. And they go on and they find the person that they want to do it. So, all right. So let me just go ahead and go through my process of normalizing and noise filtering and saving it out. And delivering. And I'm going to do one more because that was a really super short one. And if you have any questions, I think I moved you all over here. Sorry. Why do you look frustrated every time you clap? Because I made a mistake. Oh, you just said don't answer that. I was just joking. See, I should read ahead. All right. So moving along and delivering. Boom. Now, look, you guys, can you see? Oh, I know. Some of the delivered copy people write. You have no idea. Well, you do, Mike. Guys, sometimes you get copy that is so redonkulous that I have turned down jobs because the script was so nonsensical and no, it just doesn't, like, I don't want my voice on it because it's so poorly written or the grammar's so bad. If it's a bad grammar thing, I say, you guys got to fix this or I'm not doing it. I mean, you know, because I got no agent telling me I got to take every job. I take the jobs I want. You see, it's about having fun doing voiceover from home. So if I run into a nightmare customer, I just very politely end the relationship. And most of the time, it's because they didn't follow one of my gig requirements. They sent me a script that has foreign words in it that I don't have time to learn the pronunciation for, or something along those lines. Show us your studio. Hang on a sec. All right, now look. I should have cleaned up a little bit back there. That's my bathrobe. The reason the bathrobe is there, by the way, is because Cody the dog, who is not currently there to prove my point, loves to sleep on my bathrobe. And I love to have him in here with me. And so he usually curls up on the bathrobe. So this is part of my studio here. The rest of it's really trashed. And if Lynn knew that I showed you my studio right now, she'd have a problem with that. Do you ever rewrite or suggest purpose that maybe? No. I have chosen not to offer proofreading. Why? Because pain in my butt. Because what if they don't like what I did? Now I'm going back and forth with proofreading. No, I say, you got to send me a proofread script and then I'll read it. That's it. Again, it's very clear. Don't tell her, Lynette. I'm very clear on what I like to do, what I will do, and what I won't do. And proofreading and editing, yes, I could do it. And look, I will say this. Sometimes I get a script and it's just clear they've missed a word or something like that, or they consistently miss a word, and I'll fill it in, and then I say, looks like there were some English grammar problems. I filled in the words with that, I went ahead and made the correction. If you do need me to change the script, I only charge you for the words I have to re-record. So now they understand, wow, I really screwed up by sending him a non-proofread script. If I ask him to re-record it, and if I have to make a change to the script, he's going to charge me. So I'm going to take his revisions. Please explain how you do more. Okay, so I will briefly go over that because I'll go into great detail in the course. But so a $5 job for me, and you can set your own rate, which is the beauty, is 50 words. So if their script is 50 words or less and they need it in 2 or 3 days, which is the turnaround time which I have designed myself, $5. Okay. But if it's more than 50, for every 50 words, it's another gig. It's another gig. It's another gig. So an 881 word script would be $85. No, 880 would be $90. Okay. And so on. So, and I get a lot of scripts that way. I get a lot of 1, 2, 3,000 word scripts. So those are $100, $200, $300 jobs. Okay. Also, the other things that make the price go up is, do they need it today? Do they need it tomorrow? Like if they need an extra fast rush, like seriously, I need it like in a couple of hours. I say, okay, but I got to put you at the top of the list. That's going to be 15 or 20 extra on top of things. Okay. Or I want it in a higher quality WAV file instead of an MP3. Okay. That's an extra $5. Or I need this saved out into separate files. It's, all these different slides for a PowerPoint. Extra. So you just add on, and still, guys, it's still, even though it feels somewhat, you can feel like, I feel like I'm nickel and diming them. No, you're not. You're taking real time to do it, and it's still a better deal than they'll get from any agency. Okay? Just keep that in mind. You're giving them a deal just about no matter what you charge. Okay? So, hey, Chris is here. It's his first day on Blab. Let's welcome him. Welcome, 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 welcome. Chris, are you interested in voiceover? Because that's what we do here. Wait a minute. You're not. Hold on a second. Registered nurse. So you're not the Chris I was thinking about. But anyway, welcome. All right. So shall we do one more? Shall we do one more? Or have you just had enough of this nonsense? Have you gotten the idea? I'll do one more. But then I should go. And you guys can watch the replay or whatever. Okay. But JJam has just joined. Wait, which answer? Which question? Hold on. Oh, how much to add music? For me, I charge $10, and every time, $10 for music. And here's another one, another upgrade that I use is if they need it synced to video. Like they've got an existing video that has one vocal track on it, and they need that vocal track replaced with my voice, your voice, and it needs to be synced up. That basically doubles the basic VO gig, because I say, well, for every 50 words I need to synchronize, that's another gig, because that is time consuming. And you get a longer one, it can be a pain. I mean, so I do offer it because there's definitely a need for it, and it's better money, so I do it. And I've got a system for doing it that's fairly quick. And I teach all of that stuff in the course, is the workflows for these jobs to get them turned around quickly. 3 new messages. What am I missing here? Yeah, doing VO for animation can be a chore. Yes, if the animation's already done. I always say, when people say to me, hey, we're going to be doing this, what do you suggest? I always say, do the voice first. It's a lot easier to animate to that than to try and synchronize the voice on the other side. And I don't provide the music. They have to provide the music. How easy is that? But here's the kicker. What if they don't have music? Well, here's an insider secret that I would share with you in the course, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you now. There's a service I use called audioblocks.com. I pay basically $100 a year for unlimited use for their entire audio library. And so what I do is I tell a customer, if you don't have your own music, you can go over here, choose any music you want, tell me the title, and I'll use it, because I have the right to do that. It's awesome because it's all kinds of music. They do all the work. Value bomb being dropped. Yes. Well, anyway, okay, so one more. Okay, so this is, let's see. Hold on. Too many windows. Once again, I need a producer. All right. This is a short one too. I think I've already got this script pulled up. Yeah. Now, again, not a lot of indication on how I should read this, but based on the words, I get a feel for it. And speaking of this is just one little important thing I'll leave you with. I'll add to this. Having this be fun. James Puff Palmer, it's his first day on Blab. Hey, welcome. Glad you chose us. All right. Okay. Eileen, literally like it's spelled. Okay, so which one of you is t-shirt printer? Hold on. I got to go find out. Oh, James. So how come everybody knows you if it's your first day on Blab? I don't get it. Development producer in the film and TV production, South Carolina, will always living in LA. Me too, man. I'm in Marina Del Rey. Nice to have you here anyway. So we're just about to wrap up. I'm going to do one more. What I was going to say is, part of what we do right up front at the beginning of the course is to find your voice. If you've never done voiceover before, you may not know what kind of scripts or what kind of jobs you'd like to have the most. Like I said, some voices are better suited for different kinds of jobs. I'm fortunate in the fact that my voice is pretty generic. It can be used for lots of different things. I do have the ability to vary it, but I don't really offer too many character voice. Even though I've been in radio, I've done 8 gazillion characters. It's, again, if I choose a character that they don't like, then I have to redo the whole thing. I wanted it to be more Southern. Then I'm redoing it. So what I'll probably do, and here's another little insider tip for you, I'll probably do a character gig, and I'll have like 5 specific characters that I can do consistently every single time, like Ben and Jules or whatever, and they can choose from those voices only. They're different from this one, but they can choose from those. And then that way I know, well, look, these are the voices that I have. Don't ask me for anything else. I'm not going to do a Russian accent for you because I can't do a Russian accent. You know what I'm saying? So just, again, it's just about knowing what you can do and deliver quickly and making that available. A Southern voice. Yeah, that's right. All kinds of different Southern voices. I'm from Atlanta, you see. So I got that one down, and I got all different kinds of them. All right. But I've never put this out here on Fiverr. And then sometimes I'll do this one, which is basically that guy's dad. All right, enough of that. I'll share with you. One time I had to do an entire script talking like this. It was 60 seconds of a product, and this is the voice they wanted. And I thought, that seems over the top. Are you sure? Nope, this is the one. And it was for a normal. So anyway, so that was interesting. And I did that as a one-time deal. But that may very well be one of my characters. But I'm afraid it's borderline offensive. I don't know. But that's what they wanted. So I did it. And it was kind of fun. You can do Hank Hill. Yes. And look, and that's on Fiverr. If you can do celebrity impersonations, that's a big one. There are dozens of guys who think they can do Morgan Freeman. And they're offering their services. And people are buying them. And I'm sorry. A lot of them. Not even close. There's one Morgan Freeman. Anywho, so if you can do impersonations of cartoon characters and things like that, you can say, I'll be Hank Hill on your answering machine, right? For $5, starting at $5. That's a gig that probably someone would buy. Yes way. All right. Let's do this last one. What are you looking at right now? Okay. You're looking at me waiting to do this last one, and I'm going to call it Hands, and you'll hear why. Well, first of all, I have to be in the right place. Hands. Here we go. This is a story about hands and about what a strong pair of hands can accomplish. Naturally, those 10 fingers and 2 palms need to be connected to smart, creative people. But it all starts there. It's about grasping what's important and not letting go. Trusting others to lend a hand. And through our technology, has changed from handmade to touchscreen. Those fundamental principles remain the same. Where before there was just an idea. But that idea becomes a reality and ends with a handshake. You can find the fingerprints of those hands in everything they shape, in all that they create. And while the hands of the clock might say we've been at this for 25 years, our hands, the people of Montroy Anderson DeMarco, haven't tired. They're ready for what the next 25 years hold. Okay, so there's a video to that. I know because there was a whole script. And they sent me a script. This is an example of asking for what you need. They sent me a script with all the it looks like a script, all the direction, all the inflection, what's going to be on the video. It's just cluttered with stuff. And so in my gig requirements, I say, please send only what I'm going to read, because it would be very difficult. I'd have to sit there and weed through and I don't have that kind of, it's a Fiverr job. So as long as you set the expectations up front and they follow the instructions, then everything can be as quick as possible. Does it always run that smoothly? Heavens no. But you hedge your bets when you do it that way. All right, I'm just editing here, and then I'm going to deliver, and then we're going to end this. That's what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you have questions, in which case I'm happy to answer them. I see the name Gilbertson that Mike has tapped. Oh, Gilbertson, because J.S. Gilbert has joined. Hello, J.S. Okay, so let me just save this out. Now, again, this is one that could come back and say, oh, I was kind of looking for a different read than that, but they didn't give me instruction. And I could have written them a comment and said, I could have written them a message and said, hey, what kind of read do you want? But I thought based on what it was like, I would go ahead and try it. And because it's not so long that if I have to do it again, it's going to, whoops, what happened here? Oh, I didn't upload it. All right. I see some activity going on the Blab page. Let's see what happened. Looked like it was blinking for a second. I don't know. Maybe I missed that. Okay. Thank you for the tip. Hi. Am I caught up? Interesting. Hi. JS. Let's find out about JS real quick. Hold on. Where is he? Gilbertism. He's a writer. He's an ad creative. A voice actor. Well, JS, welcome. Fellow voice actor. So I'm about to end this, however, but I'm going to follow you. Okay. So that's it. That's basically my process. I just do that all day, and not all day, half a day, or however long. I have had all dayers, but for the most part, I get this done in the first half of the day, and if it's turned into a very lucrative income over the course of time. I have been at this for, I think it'll be 3 years in November. And the first couple of months, it was like a couple $100s. And I was thrilled. I was just doing, little jobs here and there. But then I learned about, the stuff I'm going to teach in the course about how to maximize those things and how to really work the relationship so that you can get regular customers and all of that. And basically just, ways to make that revenue go up from the comfort of your own home. And you'll learn all sorts of fun skills. And truly, for me, there's nothing more natural and fun than this. And if you've got the hankering for it, if you're curious about it, highly recommend checking it out, going through the process, go through the month with me. It's a 4-week course. Go through the month of getting the coaching, learning about Fiverr, and just giving it a try. Because again, it costs you nothing but a little bit of time. And if you need to go out and perhaps buy, a little bit of equipment. Basically, if you've got a computer and a microphone, a decent microphone, and we'll talk about the ranges of microphones. Mike and I have conversed about this for quite some time. But you can get away without spending a ton of money. And just remember, with Fiverr, you make your own rates, you make your own rules, you define exactly how you want to do this business. It just doesn't get much better than this. And that's why I am so excited about sharing it with you and anyone who is willing to listen. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the Bob Doyle Voiceover Blab. Yes, it is a very inexpensive course for what you get. And my goal, obviously, is to have you guys making that money back within the first month. That would be my goal. It's not a promise. It's a goal. But if you work it, if you do what I say and you practice and you put yourself out there, entirely possible. But certainly over the long haul as you develop yourself and continuing on. So it was my pleasure to stay this time. I actually stayed the last time. It was everybody else that went away due to technology. So again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, the Voiceover Blab. Come to bobdoylevoice.com for more information about the course in question, generating real revenue on Fiverr doing voiceover from your home. Tweet, share, Facebook, do whatever you have to do to get this word out there because we're closing this sucker up pretty quick. Okay, fine, Lynette. We can go back and forth on who left who, but I've got proof I stayed here. Proof. All right, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. We will talk again at some point.